Morning all, it's the start of day 29. I'm just about 18 miles out of Steamboat Springs in Colorado. I'm just going to have a quick breakfast and then get on the road. I'm hoping to find a bike shop. The front tyre's alright, holds air perfectly well, but the rear tyre needs some attention. So that's the plan for today. This is my stealth camp. It's perfectly alright. A little bit of road noise as you can tell. Otherwise, start of another great day. Bit chilly, but yeah, let's see how the day unfolds. So we're in the kind of environs of Steamboat Springs. Very nice area. It's very kind of alpine. Let's just see what's over this hill. Well, it's a nice downhill. I think Steamboat is away around that corner in the distance. So I've just come out of the bike shop here. I've got a brand new back tyre fitted. So we're on our way again. Steamboat Springs, glad to be here. Great bike shop, good service. Off we go. Well, I finally dragged myself away from Steamboat Springs. It's a kind of like hub for all these adventure sports, mountain biking, skiing in the winter. It's a great spot. Got everything I need resupplied, so I'm back on the trail, heading out into the countryside again. Could be done up. This is more like it, back into the forests and the mountains and the streams and the gravel tracks. Well, this is a lovely little trail. I can see there's quite a big water park, water sports camping area over there. It's just a pity they didn't put a little cafe over this side. It's just all housing. Anyway, a cup of tea would go well. Morning all, this is the start of day 30. I'm just packing up. I'm in the informal campsite on the ACA app just before you go up Lynx Pass. I think it's about another 5 miles to Lynx Pass. So here we are. Just getting everything put away. I'm really chuffed with the bike now. It becomes almost like a part of you somehow. Just great to see it in the morning. This is a new tyre that's been put on. That looks solid. Maybe a bit chunky, but yeah, that's good. The only other thing I've discovered, it's a bit worrying. Can you see the little split in the bolt on that seat? I'm just hoping that that's not going to fail. Otherwise my Brooks saddle will be toast, unless I can get another bolt for it. Anyway, worry about that if it happens. So there we go, it's another bright morning and the trail is just down there. So it's quite a good little spot this, just up from the road. Just stopped for a breather. Grade's not too bad. Climbing out of the valley floor now. Great morning. Well, here we are at Lynx Pass, just over 9,000 feet. So that's nice. Bit of downhill now, thankfully. So I think this is where you have to wade across. Yikes. Well, I've just stopped because there's a really nice view down this valley. See some really jaggedy peaks away over there. Heading for a little place called Radium, I think. I'm about 9,000 feet. Yeah, how's this for a downhill bit? The road is going very, very down. Or maybe it goes off over yonder. Oh well, we'll see. So I'm just trying to work out the route ahead. I think Radium is down here somewhere, and then we follow the top edge of that little forest over there and double back around up this big valley, gradually climbing, and then where that big gash is there, I think the route goes up over that way. And it's over there that there's the town of Kremmling or Kremmling. Anyway, we'll see. I think that's the route. So I'm getting up towards the top end of this climb now, hopefully. Kind of goes around that corner and between the hills. It's been pretty tough. But what a spectacular viewpoint from here. There's a railway line away down there, and there's quite a lot of rafting and kayaking goes on in that river all the way down to Radium, which is away down in that direction. So this afternoon, about maybe 12:30, I was somewhere up on that ridge there, and then I kind of rode down across those hills away into the distance, and then I'm riding back up. Pretty brutal day really. Here's some more kayakers coming. It was old school buses with with rafts on the back. They've had a good time. How cool is that? Oh, that looks like Kremmling over there. That's as far as I'm going today, I think. I'll do maybe 40 odd miles, that's fair enough. Done a lot of climbing today, so that's enough. Cool. Well, I've made it to the Kremmling Mercantile. It's a great place. Got a few bits and pieces for tomorrow. I think there's an RV park here where I'll go in a minute and see if I can find a camp spot. It's about 7:30 in the evening. Done 45 miles, but such a nice evening. Got a thing about this chocolate milk at the minute. Good stuff. Hits the spot. Anyway, there's Kremmling. See you tomorrow. Good morning, it's day 31. I'm just getting organised for heading out. I'm in Kremmling at the minute. Very difficult to leave places like this, particularly when there's coffee on tap. Breakfast burritos. Another lovely day. Quite busy here. All these folk filling up their big cars at the Maverick. So people seem to come to these garages and get slices of pizza and French toast and things like that. Coffee. Obviously get the fuel. Great places. That VW Beetle there, my dad used to have a VW Beetle, I think back in the 1970s, 72 maybe, L registered, exactly the same colour as that. I haven't seen anything like it since. It's a great spot for bits and pieces. Well, that was a bit of a climb behind us. Probably can't see it, but anyway, it was a long, steady plod. But as you can see, seems to be what happens is as the day goes on, you get these really big storm systems building up, and then like last night, you get a really big thunderstorm. But we're climbing a bit now, 8,500 feet currently, but still got Ute Pass to do. On the way up Ute Pass, just past the Henderson Mill, which is a big mining operation. Not exactly sure what they do, but it's a huge plant there. There goes another GDMBR guy. Yeah, he's trying to outrun the thunderstorms, which are very much brewing now, I think. Might get wet. Oh, but we're at the top, I think. Got another 30 feet to go. There we go. Look how dark it is down there. But the scenery across here, look at that. Ooh, flash of lightning there. Some big peaks over there with some snow in the gullies still. Wind has got up so high I'm having to pedal to get down the hill. The rain's way over there now. Whether it's coming this way or not, I don't know. Might have to get the waterproofs out. Quite a spectacular scene. It's not often this happens, but I'm right on the edge of this big thunderstorm. Very, very windy. Fortunately a bit of shelter here, but I'm slowly picking my way to Silverthorne. Quite a busy road this, but there's a good hard shoulder on it. I'll be glad when I get somewhere. Morning all, it's day 32 I think. I'm just leaving Silverthorne, which is behind me, and I'm heading up to this the sort of top of this dam that's in front of me here. I think it's the Dillon Dam. Just riding along, and unfortunately my saddle has just decided to pack up. The bracket that holds this onto here and gives the saddle tension is broken, so I'm kind of like fortunately in a built-up area where I can probably get a new saddle, but that's a bit of a slow start to the day. There we are, there's a Dillon Reservoir, and this is like the dam, and Silverthorne is right at the foot of it. Look at those mountains. Anyway, Frisco is around the corner and Breckenridge is a bit further on, about another 15 miles. See what happens today. Well, here I am at Rebel Sports in Frisco, and they've sorted us out with a bolt. So the guys shimmied it down so that it fits into that little hole there. We've managed to tighten it up. Everything's looking good. We're back on the road. So, problem solved. So I'm just between Frisco and Breckenridge, and all the way along here you're taken away from the highway. There's no need to ride on the shoulder at all, which is really quite unnerving at times. You've got this really nice cycleway. Well, this reminds me of Canada, Banff. This is Main Street, Breckenridge. Sun's still shining, which is good news. Idea now is to keep going up over the Boreas Pass. So here we are, this is leaving Breckenridge, just starting up the Boreas Pass. Got about 2,000 feet plus to climb. Stop for a breather. There's a nice view of Breckenridge, all the way down there. I've just come up that road there. You can see all the ski slopes, and there's at least one of the gondolas working, taking people up, maybe up to top of that one. So my road continues. It's a nicely graded ascent at the minute. So this Boreas Pass road is actually quite nicely graded, and it's because in the past there was a narrow gauge railway line that came over the pass, part of the Colorado gold rush, I think, and the movement of people across into these valleys to get the gold and whatnot. And anyway, so that's a water tower for the trains part way up the pass. So this is the top of the Boreas Pass. It was a really nice climb, very well graded because of the railway line. The threat of thunderstorms and rain in the afternoon possibly still around, but at least I'm ahead of that. I'm still dry. It would have been dreadful up here yesterday, you just wouldn't have been able to do it. So we're at 11,479 feet at the moment, which I think is the highest I've ever been on this bike. Anyway, here we are, the Boreas Pass behind me and around me, and we're heading down to a place called Como. Just a view back to the mountains that I've come out of, heading towards Hartselle. Morning all, it's the start of day 33 in Hartselle, at the Highline Cafe and Saloon. It rained a lot last night, so there's a lot of condensation, but as usual it's starting nice and bright. Sun's just coming up, so hopefully we'll get some sun on the tent and dry it out. There's one person from there, they've already gone. The rest I think are in the cafe getting breakfast, which is where I'll go now. Just stop for a bit of a breather. Nice and quiet. Just these roads, these gravel roads, you can see here there's quite a bit of washboarding. It's a bit of a nightmare when you get onto that. You can hardly move your bike. So what you have to do is kind of weave around and find areas that aren't so badly affected. But so far along this trail here, you can see it going away off over there. towards Hartsel, there's been more washboarding than sort of flat stuff. So I've just found this cabin. it's on the app. The cabin next door, and then this is like a barn. Anyway, I'm here. Got a decent roof. There's a lot of thunder and lightning about, so I'm not sure if it's a good place to stay or what, but I have to see how the next half an hour goes. If it clears over, I'll keep going. Otherwise, I'll just stick around for a bit and keep sheltered. Got something to eat, got a drink going. Yep, there's quite a bit of activity in the atmosphere. No worries. Cheers. I'm in here. Right, look at that. My God, I'm in here. So I'm just coming down off the pass and from the shelter. The rain sort of eased a bit, still a few spots, but I've just come round this corner and there's a really nice opening view here of the hills in the distance, mountains in the distance, trees. I'm not exactly sure where Salida is, but there's certainly a nice bit of downhill here. Fantastic descent. I've been going downhill for about 20 minutes. Must be miles. A heck of a drop. Just goes on and on and on. Morning all. We're starting day 36 today. Just leaving the Salida hostel. Had a rest day here. It's a great place to stop. Lots going on, lots of places to eat, interesting things going on in town. Today we're going to aim for the Marshall Pass, which is quite a big climb from here, because we descended I think to 7,000, and I think the Marshall Pass goes up to 10 or 11,000, so quite a bit of gain. Heading towards Sargent's, I think it's about 42 miles, so not a huge distance. And then today we start a new section. It's section 5 of the GDMBR, so we're kind of making progress. Okay, let's get on the road and see what happens. So that's the direction I'm heading in. Not made huge progress. I've just stopped here at this sort of shop for a breakfast burrito and a coffee. I'm still just getting back into the swing of it, I think. Anyway, I'm not very keen on riding on the road, but looks like there's a decent wide shoulder up there. Alright, here we are, the road up to Marshall Pass. So I'm leaving the main road now, getting off this shoulder. The shoulder's very good, but it's great to get off the road. The vehicles don't necessarily give you a lot of room even when you're on the shoulder there. Anyway, here we go. Bit windy. Interesting that in the dorm this morning, when I woke up, it was virtually empty, and all the bikes that were there had disappeared. So I think the idea is, on this kind of route, you've got to get up early and get away before, well, certainly before the thunderstorms in the afternoon, but also before the wind gets up. So here we are, just arriving at the top of Marshall's Pass, elevation 10,842 feet, heading into the Gunnison National Forest. A really nice ascent on the track bed of an old railway line, so very gradual. And the weather's holding, which is always good. That's the way down. Heading down to Sargent's, a little place. I think there might be a garage down there. Get some refreshments. It's nice being up here at 10,000 odd feet. Lots of forest. And a couple of other Great Divide tourers as well. Arrived at the top same time as me. This is Steve. He's got a curve.
Best bike in the world.
Best bike in the world. Oh, it's a case of here we go again. I seem to be making a habit of riding into storms rather than away from them. Got another 7 miles to go on this road before it turns left and goes back up into the mountains. So that's where I've just come from. Got a bit of a dousing, but I'm looking for a left turn now to take us off this main road. Bit of sunshine over there, it's always nice to see. I'm quite enjoying this evening light on the hills. Sort of reminds me of Scotland really, after a big rainstorm. So I'm heading up thankfully towards the brighter skies, and the storm thankfully is kind of receding over towards the east now. Some big hills behind that have been revealed. Quite late on now. Finally found a piece of ground that's relatively dry. So much clay and mud around. Anyway, here we are. I've got my tent set up. Haven't quite made it to the reservoir dam. Another 10 miles on. Getting dark, so I'm going to set myself up and get myself a brew on. And so as I set up my tent in a rather damp high plain somewhere in Colorado, please give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, please consider subscribing. But until the next time, episode 6, please look out for it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.